welcome to this edition of Classic Movie Buffet Theater. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the content. I meant to have a video out on Saturday. Internet went down. Had to get that worked on. Seemed like it took forever for them to get it fixed. So far, we're in the green. We're good to go. So, tonight's video, we're going to talk about a movie that came out in 1991, and it was directed by the great Mark DeSalle, and he's directed such films as Kickboxer, and he was the producer for films such as Death Warrant and Bloodsport. And the film we're going to talk about tonight is called The Perfect Weapon. And this film came out, like I said, in 1991. It was Paramount's answer to, supposedly, their answer to Steven Seagal for Warner Brothers. They had to come out with, they had to make their own action star. And they considered Jeff Speakman to be that guy. Which didn't really work out, but he did make a couple of good movies. So this is one of them that we're going to talk about tonight. And of course, like I said, it stars Jeff Speakman, who plays the character of, yep, you guessed it, Jeff. And he's played in such films as Deadly Outbreak. That was with Ron Silver. That was a very good film. I thought it was. Ron Silver's an excellent actor. And he also played in a film called Street Night. That one, it was okay. It was alright. And he also played in a horror film called Slaughterhouse Rock. Now, that movie I have not seen. I think it's available on Tubi. And I think I'm going to check it out tonight. I'm in the mood to watch a scary movie, so that'll probably be it. I'll check it out and see if I like it or not. I've heard mixed reviews on it. Mixed reviews. This film also stars the great Mako, who plays the character of Kim. And he's also played in such films as Conan the Barbarian with the great Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he also played in a film called Battle Creek Brawl with the great Jackie Chan. And he's also played in the film Eye for an Eye with Chuck Norris. All three of those films are fantastic films. I enjoyed all three of those. Battle Creek Brawl was kind of like Bloodsport in a way. But it was a tournament that took place on the street. It wasn't in any kind of a arena or anything like that. It was just a street brawl that took place. So, but it was in tournament fashion, kind of like Bloodsport. And the film also stars the great James Hong, who plays the character of Young. And he also played in such films as Big Trouble in Little China with Kurt Russell. John Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little China. Can't forget that. And he also played in the film Art of War with Wesley Snipes. And he also played in the film The Shadow with Alec Baldwin. That was their answer to the comic book radio show back in the 60s. A very good film. It was a good film. I liked it. I liked all three of those, actually. All three of those. Alright, and the plot for this film is an expert in Kempo karate avenges his Korean town friend slain by a mobster in Los Angeles. Alright, another revenge story. But anyways, let's go ahead and check out the trailer for The Perfect Weapon. Here we go.
He looks like anyone else you'd pass on the street.
Give me your money now, sucker.
Except for one thing.
You want my money? Huh? Is this what you want?
He has a slight attitude.
No problem.
Paramount Paramount Pictures presents international Kenpo star Jeff Speakman.
Should be more respectful of our organization.
Is there a problem here? Guess so.
Hey, Terminator, I don't know where you came from, but you better go back. Those guys are golden this. You're a dead man.
A tragedy he could not prevent.
It's a signature execution. We've seen it before.
Leads him into a forbidden world with nothing to rely on but his own lethal skills.
Who killed Kim?
You cannot handle this by yourself.
You said it never hurt to ask.
Everybody in Koreatown knows Young killed Kim, Dick. Tracy.
Now, we are ready. Young and I have some unfinished business. I will finish it.
He has no gun, no fear,
Are you faster than a speeding bullet?
no equal.
No problem.
In his explosive motion picture debut, Jeff Speakman is the perfect weapon.
All right, that was a trailer for The Perfect Weapon. The budget for this film was $10 million, and the worldwide gross was $14,061,361. Not too good. They made a little over $4 million, take back off of it. So that's not too bad. I don't guess. This film packs a lot of violence, action-filled thrills, and fierce combat with spectacular fighting. The story leaves no cliche untouched, and the struggles are well staged. Many familiar faces, such as Mako, James Hong, Professor Toru Tanaka, are on hand to support Jeff Speakman. Tanaka and Hong are incredible in their villainous roles in this film. Mako is always a joy to watch. It doesn't matter what kind of role he plays. He's always just a fun character to watch. I really enjoyed him in this film. And, of course, Conan was great. Eye for an Eye was great. He was also in the film Sidekicks with Jonathan Brandis and Chuck Norris. He was great in that film, too. He was a funny character in that film. Excuse me. I particularly enjoyed seeing John Dye, who plays the character of Detective Saunders, in an out-of-character role quite different from his more tender and heavenly role in Touched by an Angel. This role here, he was more of a gritty cop in this film. Not really a stretch, but it was just out of character for him, considering how many episodes he had been in for the Touched by an Angel TV series. If you like fast-paced martial arts, much like a Seagal or Jean-Claude Van Damme, you will enjoy this film. The fight scenes, like I said, were incredible. Of course, you're going to have great fight scenes when you've got somebody like Mako and James Hong, and I think James Liu was in there somewhere. A lot of the guys from the 90s martial arts movies was in this film, either as like goons or cronies, whatever you want to call them. I'm pretty sure you'll recognize some of them in some of the fight scenes that they were in. They played in a lot of those films back in the day. And a lot of them did, their own choreography for their own fight scenes. This film had a lot of great fight scenes in it. So we're going to move on into the trivia aspect of it now. According to this, let's see, it says Jeff Speakman signed a multi-picture deal at Paramount. One of the two planned movies was a sequel to this one, and another script Paramount optioned was about a cop fighting a terrorist. After the Paramount deal fell through, that script went to 20th Century Fox and became the movie Speed from 1994. That's pretty cool. Would Jeff Speakman be able to play that type of role in the same vein as what Keanu Reeves did for the Speed film? Yes. I believe he could have. Would he have been as good as Keanu Reeves in that role? No. But he could have played it. And he might have fooled me. He might have been just as good in that role, considering the script for that film for Speed was an amazing, well-written script. To me, that film is amazing. I love that movie, Speed. I love that movie. Let's see, what else we got here? American Kenpo founder and Jeff Speakman's instructor, Ed Parker, auditioned for the role of Master Lowe in this film. That's pretty cool. Professor Toru Tanaka and Mako previously worked together in Eye for an Eye in 1981, starring Chuck Norris. Yeah. Toru Tanaka used to be a professional wrestler. I believe he made several appearances in the ring. Very, very stout, strong individual for his size. Very impressive. Very impressive. Even though this was made in the 90s, Jeff had a license plate from the 60s. It was a regular plate, not a historical plate. I never noticed that. I never noticed that at all. Oh, here's a good one right here. The last one. James Hong played the character of Lo Pan in Big Trouble in Little China. That character inspired the Shang Tsung character for the Mortal Kombat video game series. Kari Hiroku Tagawa, who plays in this film, went on to play Shang Tsung in the 1995 Mortal Kombat live-action film. Kari Tagawa will always be Shang Tsung to many of us. Even this reboot that come out, it's a good reboot. I thoroughly enjoy it. I wasn't thrilled with the gentleman that they had play Shang Tsung in the more recent films, but the movie's great. The movie was fantastic. Excuse me. The fight scenes in that film was great. They added fatalities to that film. It was cool. Like I said, the only thing I did not like about that film was the guy that was playing Shang Tsung. That was it. The rest of the film was great. I'm looking forward for the second part that's getting ready to come out with Carl Urban as Johnny Cage. I'm interested to see that film. I hope it does well. I really hope it does well. But that's a video for another time. This movie, it has kind of a cult following. I don't think it's a very big cult following, but it does have one. I enjoy this film. Like I said, if you like martial arts films like Chuck Norris, Van Damme, Seagal, you're going to like this film. It's classic action 90s cliche film. The plot is, it's been done and done and done, but the characters of Mako and Jeff Speakman's an even likable character in this film, I think. But it's not only about the revenge. If you really watch the film, it's more along the lines of an older brother reuniting with a younger brother that was left behind because he was going down a dark path and was pushed away by the father to keep the younger son from becoming just like him. Jeff Speakman's character in this film had a temper issue, and that created problems. So then he started studying Kempo, and through no fault of his own, he ended up getting into a fight to protect his brother, and I think he nearly killed the guy. And the father was really upset over that, so he made him leave. So that's when his character turned around and met Mako's character, Kim, and he started staying with him, and Kim got him more into the Kempo karate style and trying to learn how to control his anger, his temper, and things of that nature, and get himself straightened out. So it's got like a subplot and a plot. The plot, like I said, was his revenge for his friend's death by a mobster in L.A. That's been done, but the subplot is what drew me to this film. I liked it. Yeah, I like a film that has, you have a main plot and then you have a subplot. And the subplot sometimes can be more interesting than the original plot, than the main plot. That was this film. Jeff Speakman by no means will ever be, I don't think he would have ever been as big as a Van Damme or, Dolph Lundgren's made some martial arts films. He would never be, I don't think he would have ever been that big, but would he have had a shot at it had he had more films and more experience? Yeah, I believe he would have. But this is a good watch. He did some other films. There was one of them that he did that I don't remember. I think he did use a little bit of karate, Kempo in that, but I don't think it was solely based on that. It was something about Escape from Atlantis. I think it was a TV movie. That one I thoroughly enjoyed that one. Of course, I was younger when I watched it. I haven't seen it in years. That was a good movie too. That was a real good movie. Deadly Outbreak that I have on the list here that he played in with Ron Silver. That was a really good kung fu. Well, not kung fu, but that was a really good martial arts film. I enjoyed that film very much, just as much as this one almost. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and end the video here. Kind of a short video. There wasn't a whole lot of info on this movie. But with that being said, there will be a Mikey's Saturday Nightmares tomorrow. Like I said, I meant to have that one out last Saturday, but then the internet crashed out and I had to get it worked on. But now that it's working, there will be a Saturday Nightmares tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. I will have this video posted today, sometime this evening. I've still got to edit and stuff, and I'll have it posted. And then I'll have video out tomorrow for the Saturday Nightmares. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next one, which will be tomorrow. Until then, good night, and I will see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.